KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. When have you stepped into something? You didn't think about it, but you just found yourself in the middle of the mix of something that you said, this is wrong, it's not going down like this, and I'm going to stop it. The number to call is 888-539-2980. What a beautiful day outside. I live in Playa Vista, and we have a little park out there. And I went out and rubbed myself down with some cocoa butter and just laid out in the sun for about 2.5 hours. Just got real good. Yeah, got a real good tan. Doing real good today. Whatever. You got problems, kid. All right, let me see here. We're going to go. Hello, Tim. How are you? This is Les Brown. This is Maybe Brown's baby boy. How are you on this beautiful day?
I'm absolutely fabulous, Les. How are you?
I'm great, just hearing the sound of your voice. Thank you so much for calling in. Tim, tell me something that you saw that you became involved in.
Well, this just happened to me last week in Santa Ana, California.
Last week?
Just on a side street. Actually, the name of the street was Flower.
Uh-huh.
And I'd stopped at a light, and there was a car, 2 cars ahead of me, that just swung around right, before anyone started to move. He swung around, pulled over to the curb on the other side. 6 young guys, probably 16, 17 years old, jumped out of this car and attacked a boy on the sidewalk. And all 6 of these kids were kicking and punching him at the same time. He was on the ground. There was no thought in my mind at all. I threw my car into park, reached between the seats where I keep my stub-nose 38.
Yes.
I pulled it out, pointed it right at him. As I'm running toward him, I said, "Please, stop." And they looked at me, pointing my gun at him and hollering, "Please, stop." And they disappeared like roaches in the sunlight.
Good God.
They just went running, and the kid on the ground sat up and looked at me, and another guy, a Hispanic gentleman, stopped his car and got out of his car and took off after these kids. I don't know if he ever caught them, but my car was, the door was open, and I got these kids away, but I didn't give any thought at all to...
Oh, but man, Tim, that is so risky. Do you have a license to carry a gun? Hello? We lost it. We lost the call. Wow. Oh, Tim, call back. Whoa, that's chilling. Now, I'm not suggesting you do this. Whoa, what if they had shot back? Man. Whew. Hello, Jerry. Do you have something that's not quite as out there? What's happening with you? Jerry, call me back, Tim. I need to talk with you some more.
Yes,
hey, Jerry, tell me something that you stepped into that you didn't think about it, and you found yourself in the middle. What happened? What is your story?
Well, I returned home from Vietnam in '69, and I was up in. I moved here to California, Altadena, California, staying with my cousin there.
Hold a minute, just a minute, Jerry, because Tim, we just lost Tim. He's going to be right back out because I want your story. Hold on, just a minute. I'll be right with you. Hey, Tim. Hello, Tim.
Yes.
Tim, how could you? Do you have a license for your gun?
No, I just moved here in December from Arizona. In Arizona, it's legal to carry a gun on you or in your car.
But that's not true here in L.A. Even though you were doing a good thing, you could have gone to jail.
I could have gone to jail. Didn't make any difference. And if one of those boys would have, come after me, there's no question in my mind. I would have shot the boy, and I would have shot to kill. There's no question in my mind. They were. If I would have let them go, they would have killed that young man. And there was no question in my mind. I mean, I will deal with whatever
this is
I have
true.
to deal with after that.
Yeah, this is true.
In California, they tell me I can't have a gun. This is America. Don't tell me I can't. I'll just deal with it whenever I have to deal with it.
But Tim, first of all, we all are outraged with the kind of violence and inhumane treatment that takes place, and we see that. But Tim, you know this is America, and we can't have a society where people just will pull out their guns and take the law in their own hands, even though when they see an injustice being perpetrated. We can't do it like that.
Well,
did you think to call the police? Did you call the police?
Oh, no, well, what would the police have done? That kid would have been dead by the time the police got there. Yeah. I mean, what would the police have done? Come on, Les.
Yeah, yes.
That can't happen.
I know, but we got...
my life, I've been raised with guns. I went through the military. My wife has a gun. My daughter has a gun. All of my sons have guns. We were raised with it. We're not criminals. Having a gun is not bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the gun now. First of all, y'all need to have a sign saying, "This is the Tim family, beware." They say, "Come up here at your own risk." This is the Tim family. You might run up in here, but they will carry you out. Oh my God, Tim! Well, I'm gonna call you Tim. Don't play. Good God, Tim. Listen, thank you so much for calling, and thank you for saving that young man's life, Tim. Listen,
you're
man,
very welcome.
I want you to do some push-ups. I want you to take some yoga. I'm going to pray for you, and I want you to get a license for that gun, and I want you to learn to call 911.
They won't give me one, so I'm just going to take my chances.
Oh, my God.
But I will not ever be without a gun in my car or in my home.
Yes, I've heard a friend who said, "I'd rather be caught with it than to be caught without it." Tim, thank you so much for your call.
That's right.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for calling. Wow, criminals, if you have a propensity for robbing people or beating people up, understand that there are some Tims out there that will take care of you. Now, I'm not suggesting it, and I'm not calling for that type of vigilante behavior, but I think there's some people who just say, "You know what? I'm tired of this. And this is crazy. This is crazy. You crazy? We're going to show you crazy. We're going to eulogize you. This will be your last one. This is going to be your last one." Wow. Whew. I have to collect myself from that, man. You just wore off my Percocet and my Vicodin. All right, let me check. Let me check out. Hello, Debbie. How are you? Thank you so much for calling in. Tell me a situation where you intervened. Ladies and gentlemen, you just tuning in. We're talking about what's a situation that you've stepped into. You didn't even think about it. This is the 30th anniversary of the day that the commemorates when President Ronald Reagan was shot. And a gentleman, so the security that was with him, security agent stepped in front and took a bullet for him. We're talking about, when have you done that? When have you not taken a bullet for somebody, but when have you intervened with somebody on a situation that you know there was injustice going on and you decided to intervene? I want you to call. The number to call is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. My name is Les Brown. I want you to call now.